Hello and welcome to Encore with Hudson
and George,
and we'll be reviewing Silent Hill
Revelations 3D, or 3D Revelations,
or Revelations 3D.
He was in 3D.
That's why he's got the glasses.
So, wow. Going into this movie,
yeah, I picked this one.
So going into this movie, there was this hope that it'd be better than the first one. In some ways, it's definitely better than the first one, but in a lot of ways, it's very similar to how the first one's presented. Which, in some ways, I don't think I quite touched on with my review too much, but we'll get into the specifics. So, quick rundown of the plot or something like that. Basically,
you want a quick rundown of basically a trailer for Silent Hill 3.
That's basically what it was. It was a live-action trailer for Silent Hill 3.
Yeah.
But, where this takes place with the first film is, Shannon somehow gets out...
Sharon.
Was it Sharon? I thought it was Shannon.
They said Shannon at one point and then Sharon at another.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she had an R in her name. Sharon.
Sharon. So Sharon.
so Shar.
So, what's-her-face, who was with Rose in the first film, the kid, somehow escapes using this thing?
Yeah.
This medallion, I guess. And, the father, whose name I guess is Harry now, I swear it was Chris, but whatever. So Harry, basically keeps her safe, and they change their name to Harry Mason and Heather Mason. And, they're trying to hide from the organization. What were they called? The Orderly of something?
Yeah, the Valkyries or something.
Orderly Valkyries.
There was a V. So Sham, she decides that when her dad gets captured, oh no, I gotta go to Silent Hill and get him
Even
back.
though her dad said to stay away from Silent Hill
Even
for the exact reason.
A guy that was raised in Silent Hill says to stay away from Silent Hill.
She goes there anyways.
Even though a private detective that tells her that these people are looking for her, and if she goes there, she'll basically, ruin her life.
She goes
to
there.
Silent Hill.
Much like the first film, they get all the warning signs that they shouldn't go there. They go there anyways. Ugh. So she gets there, shit happens.
The darkness comes, you meet a mom.
The darkness...
Yada, mannequin monster.
Mannequin monster. It's like a mannequin spider thing.
Yeah, and yeah, I wouldn't suggest this movie to anybody who has a fear of mannequins.
We haven't gotten to the end of the movie.
What? We haven't gotten to the mannequin I was skipping ahead a lot.
Oh, okay. I was gonna skip past the mannequin part because that just sort of happened.
That does.
The whole movie's like, well, that happened.
It certainly did.
So, yeah, a bunch of shit happens. They get to the carnival. They get to where the secret organization meets. She saves the person. Pyramid Head fights a thing. They get up. The father's like, "No, I gotta stay and find Rose." The Heather and the kid Vincent, who lived in Silent Hill, who we just told you about now. They go off. They get picked up by the trucker from Silent Hill Origins. They go off. And some cops come into Silent Hill, and yeah,
and spooky imagery for the credits.
Yeah, basically.
So what's wrong with this movie, George?
It fears to not deviate away from the game. Like it's obviously
so set on its track.
It's obviously trying to mimic Silent Hill 3. So, like, you're watching this, and it feels like they're just going through a checklist. Like, okay, there's the bit with the mall. Yep, there's the dream bit where it's in the carnival. Yep, she goes to Silent Hill, and she's in carnival. She wears the white vest, and...
She carries a pipe. There's a gun.
She gets a flashlight.
Yeah, lots of waving of the flashlight.
Oh, my God.
We have nurse monsters. We have Pyramid Head. We have...
there's the Silent Hill logo. It just... It feels like it has to be forcing to it, and I don't know. Maybe they have to. Konami might be like, if you dare not follow the game storyline,
like 80%,
we will slit your throats. Like I don't know why this guy feels.
There's no surprises if you know the story. That's basically what we're saying. You will go into this movie and you will be able to predict everything that's happening. A, if you've seen the game. B, if you know anything about the game. Or C, you have a basic knowledge of how the games work. You will know exactly where the story is going.
Yeah, it just... Okay, so
Did I say B twice?
Sure.
I think I went A, B, B. I don't think I said C.
That's alright. The few good things we were able to get out of this movie, the cinematography's pretty good.
Yeah, visual effects are very interesting.
It's very artsy. Like, it has really nice colors to it.
It had a lot going for it visually.
It does. And that's what I really liked. At least it was nice to look at.
It looked like Silent Hill.
Yeah, it was at least nice to look at. The 3D effects were good some of the times. Like, when they weren't like, oh, whoa,
whoa, swords, whoa, blood splatter, yeah.
Anytime it did that, it was really stupid. But when it just was so subtle, like, you would see the particles and they'd be, like, in, like, the foreground 3D, or, like, the ashes were falling. It just looked so nice. It fit. But when it was trying to be like, whoa, it's, yeah.
Yeah. Another place I feel this fell down was in its character development. It's fundamentally not there. It looks pretty, but it's just an empty box.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know the actor who played Heather, but she just gave such a dead performance.
I feel a lot of people gave a really goofy or dead performance. I feel like there was not a lot of heart put into any of these roles. When the mother came out, the mother of, like...
Who was in the first film, who at least gave... I remember her giving at least some emotion.
Yeah, and now she's like, the darkness comes. Yada, 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 yada.
The darkness.
And the mother. I didn't know.
Just...
Man, this is acting.
Yeah, the acting was a lot shittier, but... I don't know.
I just felt like they thought that the special effects and the fact that the story is more closely linked would make up for the fact that they kind of chipped on the actors.
Yeah, Hudson was mentioning that that the actors felt like, you know, the character. In the video games, when they have the voiceovers are really cheesy, that's better performance than what we got in this.
Very true. I was also saying that the characters, their actions seem to be limited to what a video game character would do.
Like, they don't show any emotion in the face, like, barely. Like, I think maybe once or twice, Vincent might have gave more emotion than any character, and that's saying something.
There was once when she, like, screams at something she sees. Everything else, she kind of goes, whoa.
She just has, like, this blank stare. It's
she,
just
like,
the most...
She sees people watching her from windows, and she goes, oh. And keeps moving. It's like nobody does that. Somebody goes, what? Who are you? She tries to get into the building or something. You know?
Just, like, even some of the small extras, like the girl that was with her for a little bit and then gets caught by the mannequin spider, she gave more emotion. I felt more connected to her.
Oh,
and I didn't even know her name.
She was awful.
She was so much better.
We just got lost.
That one line made me more convinced than any of the lines that Heather gave.
Yeah, no, well, okay. Another problem is this is clearly a world where they were walking around a lot on a green screen.
Oh, yeah.
And it just was kind of hard for them to tell when they were supposed to react to certain things or how impending some of those things were going to look. Because they only had a vague idea. They had probably had sketch drawings or really basic polygon work to work with.
Yeah. One of the things that they did in the first one is the main actor, the person who played Rose, really loved the first Silent Hill. Like, in an interview, she's like, I fucking love that game. And it was so cool that... And then, I'm curious if even the person who played Heather knew what the fucking game was. Because I think that's one of the key things, is if you're going to be, like, doing the source material, it would help if some of the main actors at least knew what they were getting into.
Or had an appreciation for it.
Because then they'd be like, oh, I know what a pyramid head is and how fucking scary it can be. I know what the nurses are, and I know exactly how to react and whatnot. Just that little bit might have helped. And sure, it might have been time-consuming, but Christ, it would probably pull out a better performance, at least appreciation.
You would at least think that she put some effort into it. She just seems to be kind of going through the motions.
Yeah, she it feels like she was there, but she wasn't really there.
So what do you give this movie?
Okay, yeah, we should give, because I would say probably I want to say like a 5.5 or even a 6, because I really love the cinematography and the visuals. Because it was at least good to look at, but a lot of it was really bad, and just there was so much wrong. I think I'm just gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4. It was visually good to look at, but I just did not have any enjoyment watching it. It just sapped all the energy from me. I mean, I was scared at points, and there are some points where it's like, it's a jump scare. I wasn't expecting that one.
But nothing that was too big.
It's none of it's.
I barely heard anyone in the audience reacting to jump scares. I think it was just like that sort of thing, but nothing like holy shit.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like, oh my god, what is that? Everybody in the audience knew what they were getting into. They knew what everything would look like.
Yeah.
The only surprise, I think, was the mannequin monster.
If that, because I can't fucking remember that far into Silent Hill. I just remember them all.
Yeah, George, you maybe need to play a little more before you...
That's another thing I just want to mention is, watching this movie made me want to play the game again. For like something better.
Like we said, it feels like a trailer. It feels like one of those Halo trailers.
Yeah, like Halo or the recent PlayStation trailers where they use live action.
But it's video game world.
Yeah.
I feel like if you could take 5 seconds of that, it would be a really good 90s trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's our review. That's our encore.
That's our encore for it. If you're a fan, maybe you might appreciate some of the cameos, but the movie overall, I don't.
I would say if you're ever feeling the need to watch it,
wait for
pick it up. Pick it up when it comes out on DVD and watch it as a big group of people.
Yeah, that's probably the best. So at least you can make fun of it.
Yeah, you're not afraid of.
I swear to God, those people are going to be so disapproving to us. I walked in and I was like, no one here's going to like us if we start making fun of this movie.
Yeah, because they all look like fans.
Yeah. Oh, it's the kind of people who hate my reviews. So, boogie boogie boo.